Hi, and welcome to Anne's Craft Room, where life is too short, so get out those craft supplies. Try something new and make something beautiful just for you. Hi, and welcome to my craft room. I actually get time to play in it today, so I am going to finish up a layout that I was working on for Collection Obsession with the, let me get it out, my kit called Let's Get Crafty. It's from 2022, and I'm trying to use up the kit, which I probably won't be able to because it was a big kit. So here's my third layout. I am using a sketch from 52 scrapbooking project recipes from Creative Memories. And I am going to use project recipe 11 on page 26. I've got most of my stuff cut out. I'm just going to put it together for you. Let me pause for a moment. Okay, I'm going to start with putting this border down. What I did is I cut out punched out two borders from the Mirrored Scallops border maker cartridge. It looks like that. Let's see if I can get a better picture of that. There you go. That's the Mirrored Scallops. Unfortunately, I don't believe Creative Memory sells it anymore, but you could do this with any scalloped border cartridge. And what I did is after I cut the orange one, I split it down the middle, and then I just on the back layered it so it was just underneath the green. So I'm going to put that down. And I'm going to put that just a little bit off of the edge. And luckily I have all these dots that'll help me line things up so I can get things almost even. And now what I did is I found some washi tape that I really like. And it's just black washi tape with gold dots. And I'm going to put that down the center of it. I probably should have done that before I put it down. So let me take that back up with my multi-purpose tool that I love. Because I like to wrap my washi tape around behind the back. And this is one reason I love my multi-purpose tool. I didn't think I'd have to take it up, or I would have used my repositionable tape. Which would have been even easier to take up. But I still got it. Why I love my multi-purpose tool. If you want one, let me know. I can get it for you. Now to find the start of the washi tape. That's always fun. There it is. So now you can either cut like a 1/4 inch, I think that's a 1/4 inch, in the middle to go down the center. I just have a ton of washi tape, so I want to try and get it used up. But yeah, it's about a 1/4 inch. So I'm just going to put this down the center. And then I like to wrap the washi tape down behind the back. Now I'll put it back down here. And there's still enough tape on the back of this that I don't have to retape it. And I like the way that looks with the black and gold dots. So now what I'm going to do is I've got this piece that I'm going to put right on the side of this. But I think I'm going to ink it up first, and I'm going to ink it up I don't want to use the black. I think I'll use an orange. I think I'll use melon. Yeah, I like that. Well, as you know, I shoot pool 3 nights a week in a league, and my Thursday night 9-ball team made it to what we call tri-cups at the end of our league session. We actually ended up first place in the league for this session. But so last night and this morning we were shooting pool with other teams that made it in the division, and unfortunately we lost. We are not going to make it to the world qualifiers, but that's okay. I still had fun doing it. I did win my match. We just lost as a team, but we had a lot of fun, and it's, you know, it's good practice for the next time. We just aren't ready there yet, but we will be. I imagine we will be going to Vegas in a few years. So now that that is all inked up, I'm going to put it right there. And once again, I'll use my dots on the paper to line things up. I'll probably end up trimming things off afterwards. Something's underneath there. What is under there? A little glue dot. I knew it wasn't smooth. Okay, so now that that's on there, I am going to put a couple of pictures down. I'm going to ink up this one. And I think I'm going to ink these up in the black, not the melon. So let me get that out. And that will help both of these stand out against it. I am scrapbooking a set of pictures from 2014 when I went to Park of the Pines with a bunch of ladies. It was actually a church camp, and we used the hall for scrapbooking. We slept in bunk beds, except nobody had to sleep on the top bunk. We all got to sleep on the bottom bunk. And it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. And I do miss it. And I miss the girls that I used to scrapbook with. Maybe one of these years I'll surprise them and go back up for a weekend. That would be really cool. I did that the first year we moved to Tennessee. I went back up for a long weekend and scrapbooked with everybody because I really missed everybody. So let's put this on here. Oh yeah, that black makes it stand out. And nope, it's not even. But you know what? I never am even. If you ever see me have even edges when I'm adding pictures, you know I used my rulers. There's that. And that's going to go right down here. Just like that. I think I'm going to put a little bit of glue underneath this edge. It doesn't want to stay down. Probably because I tore it up. And the glue, liquid glue will help that stick. There. Okay. Now I am going to put this one up here. So my black close to my heart ink was going dry, and because I use it so much, and I never bought a re-inker for it, and I didn't want to buy a new black ink pad because I like the design of the close to my heart ones. So I bought some black re-inker from a friend of mine. I think it was a Stampin' Up! Re-inker. And I put a few dabs of it inside my close to my heart ink pad, and it works just great. So I'm going to put that right there. So I've been told that some of the Stampin' Up! Colors will coincide with my close to my heart colors. So I am going to start buying some re-inkers, a few at a time, so I have them on hand for my close to my heart ink pads. so there's that. Now I am going to do this one. Do I want to ink it up? That's going to go there. I think I'm going to ink up this to go on top of the green. So that's going to go like this. I'm going to line up the bottom. I'm going to try and get this kind of even. Just like that. And then I'm going to put this along here. Just like that. And then I'm going to put this behind here. Like that. And then that's going to go on there. But I think I'm going to pop that up and I'm going to ink it. Like that. You know how whenever you're at scrapbook retreats, especially for me, I never ever sleep. I am one of those that I'm the last one to go to bed, and so I won't go to bed till 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, and then I'm usually back up by 7 all weekend long. And then when I get home Sunday afternoon, I unload everything only into the living room, and then I crash. But that's the way I've done it for years and years and years. So this saying right here is who I am when I'm at scrapbook retreats. It says, I craft past my bedtime. And that is me 100%. So that's going to go like that. And then I'm going to put this picture right underneath it. I'm going to ink this one up with the melon. You know what, I think, no, I'm not going to ink that green up. So let me get this put down. And that's going to go right about there. And And then this is going to go right on top of there like that. I didn't get that too even. Let me see if I can get that back up before it dries. So the new session for Pool League has already started. There's no break in between pool sessions, which I love. Okay, let's see if I can get this more even. I'll bring it down a little bit. I want that there and that there. Yeah, that's better. And then this is going to go right here like that. With this on top. And I'm also one of those people that I take everything scrapbooking with me. I do not know how to plan ahead because I never know what I'm in the mood for. One of these years I might just learn it, but not yet. So I just take everything with me. So now I'm going to build me a little cluster. So I'm going to ink this one up. And put that like that, and then let's see, that's gonna go there. Okay, that's going to go under there. Just like that. And then, let's see. Let's put my coffee cup right there. Paper trimmer like that. And I'm just putting a whole bunch of these ephemera together to make me a little cluster. See, I can put that right there. And let's put this over here. Just like that. Sorry, I keep going out of camera range. I apologize for that. Okay, thinking I like that the way it is. That's going to go on there, just like that. But I'm going to pop this part up. And I'm off camera again. I need to figure out a way to make myself stay in camera. I know. I put my wrist pad down here at the bottom. I know I have to stay above it. Just like that. There's my wrist pad. See my wrist pad? And now I know I have to stay above the wrist pad. It's a beautiful day here in Tennessee. I just love the weather here. I am also painting some iris carts outside, so every so often I go out and put a coat of paint on them. They're going to be my teal and pink, because those are my two favorite colors. Okay, there's that. And I'm going to put that right there. I like that. Happy and crafty. So there's that. Now I'm going to take this and put it over here in the corner. The old-fashioned Polaroid camera. I remember when my mom had one of these. She would just love to take pictures with her Polaroid camera. I know I can't use those pictures in my scrapbooks, but I was able to scan them, and one of these days I'm going to reprint them and do some scrapbook pages. And I think more than the story of the pictures themselves will be the story of how Mom loved it. Mom was never much of a camera person until she got that Polaroid. I think it was called a Polaroid One Step. Don't quote me on that. Maybe it was a Kodak One Step. I just know it was one of those Instamatic cameras. I'll have to ask my sister which one it was. So this is going to go right up here. like that. And then I got this foam sticker that says "So much fun." I'm going to put that in between. Right here, because you know crafts are so much fun. So there's that side of the layout. Now let me get the stuff together for the other side. So once again, we'll start with the border and my washi tape. I won't forget it this time. Let me gather up all my foam tape backings, throw those away. So there's that. If you can, put on in the comments what if your parents or you used one of those Instamatic cameras. I know they're coming back out with some of them, and I think that is really cool. Okay, done with the washi tape. Let's see. Next up is going to be this, and I'm going to ink that up with the melon. And if you have one of the newer Instamatics, let me know what you think of it. I would love to get your opinion on them. I'm thinking about getting one for my granddaughter for Christmas, because she loves taking pictures with her phone. But to have one that would print out the pictures right away, I think would be awesome for her. And if you do have one, let me know which one you like and which one would be good for an 11-year-old. And that's going to go right there. This is quite even. Okay, let's try that again and get it even this time again. Let me know if I'm talking loud enough, if I need to talk louder. There's that. I'm going to put a little bit of glue underneath here since I tore that up. There we go. Okay. So then I am going to, let's see, ink up this. I'm going to try and get at least one more layout done this week from this kit. And then I'll go through the kit and see how much of it I want to keep and how much of it I will get rid of, because it's a very large kit. If you want to see everything that's in the kit, go check out my very first video for this month of this series. I'll put this down here at the bottom of the picture because it says my stash, and that was my side of the table and only a portion of what everything I took. And that was when I first started out. I don't think I started scrapbooking until 2011, maybe 2009, 10, somewhere in there. Somewhere between 2009 and 2011, because I didn't start scrapbooking until after I met my husband, and his mother took me to a scrapbook retreat, and I thought, oh, this will be a great way to bond with my mother-in-law. And I took with me what I thought was scrapbooking, and it was a collage frame that held, I don't know, probably 10, 12 pictures, and some construction paper that I could use to map my pictures to go in this picture frame. And I thought that was scrapbooking. Well, lo and behold, I got there and found out that's not what scrapbooking was. By the end of the weekend, my mother-in-law had decided she wanted a new Cricut. She gave me her old Cricut and 2 cartridges, and that's all it took. I was hooked. Now I own 3 Cricuts, embossing machines, more supplies than I could ever think of. I have far surpassed my mother-in-law in the scrapbooking, but she is now into quilting, and she makes beautiful quilts. Absolutely beautiful. I wish I had the talent she did when it comes to quilting. I've made a few quilts, but nothing like what she has done. I am just in awe of her talent. So she got me started. So I tell my husband all the time when he thinks I have too many supplies, well, it's all your mother's fault. He laughs. I just wanted to get to know your mother better. Here's another one of those little sayings. It says, love this. And yep, I love scrapbooking. I dabble in other things. I will do a little bit of vinyl, and I do some card making, but my love is still scrapbooking. So that's gonna go right there. Let's see. Yeah, right about there. And then I'm going to ink up this one to go on top of it. So let me know in the comments also, do you like it when I do the inking ahead of time? Or does it not bother you to take a little bit longer to put these together and do the inking on camera? I try to have everything cut out and know where I'm going to put it, but I'm teetering on whether to ink up ahead of time or not. This is going to be my journaling box. So I'm going to journal on top of that. That's going to butt up against there. And then I cut these corners out with an old punch of mine. I love using my old punches, and I love corner punches. This one, I don't even know who it's by. Maybe EK Success, but it's an oldie. And I'm going to put a little bit of glue on here. And then put it just like this on the two of the corners. And that way it just gives it a little bit more dimension. And then I have one for the other side. There we go. And that's going to go right up there. just like that. And then, now I need to add some dots. And I think I'm going to do gold dots to go with the gold in the washi tape. So let me dig some out. I'll be right back. Okay, here are some very old stickers. They're gold. I got them a long time ago from, I think it's called Paper Wishes, and I still use them. I still love them. I think I'm gonna go around here with them like that. So I'm not adding a lot of bling, just a little bit. I'm going to kind of go around here evenly. That one is stuck to my tweezers. So there's that. I like that. Let's see. Where else can I add some bling? I think I'll put one in each of these. I'm a blingy girl. I like my bling. So let's get the other page out, the other side, and I will put some bling on that. Let's see. I'll just go right around the circle again with this one. Why am I struggling with these today? That one stuck to me. There's that bling. You know what? I probably should have put a couple of those corners on this side. Let me get that out and get the paper out that I used. And see if I can still get it in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to punch the corner. And then cut it down. And ink it up. Let's see. I think I'm going to do it here on this one. So I'll just lift that up a little bit. Stick this in here. I'll lift it up a little bit farther. There we go. I'll put some glue under there. And stick it back down. Yep, I like that one. Let's do that again. So I punch the paper. And then I cut my square. And then I ink it up. And then I'm going to lift up this side. See, one more reason I love my multi-purpose tool. Now where did that piece go to? I just had it. Oh, it stuck to me. So now I'm going to stick that right on there. Like that. And put a little bit of glue back here. And put that back down. And yep, that way I brought those back over on this side too. And then I can put my bling on those like I did the other side. And we are almost done with this layout, guys. Not sure where that one went to. Let's just grab another one and it'll probably show up somewhere. There. I am going to call that layout done. I will put some close-ups in the ending of this video. Let me know what you think. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful, blessed day. Thank you for watching till the end. If you liked my video, please give me a thumbs up and then hit the subscribe button to see my future videos. Thank you and have a great day.